This is Fall Guys, a free cross-platform, massively popular multiplayer party royale game where up to 60 players compete in a series of chaotic minigames and obstacle courses. The game's initial release was way back in August 2020 and has attracted more than 50 million players since that date. But this is my first time ever playing this game. Why have I waited till 2025 to play, you ask? Well, because I thought it was a kids game, and today I'm going to find out. Today I'm going to be playing with James, who has told me that this game is in fact made for everybody and not just kids. So let's see if I can get a win on my first time ever playing Fall Guys. The first game is called Mind the Gap, where we have to navigate the obstacles and reach the finishing line. Can't be that hard, can it? The game got underway and I just started running, not having a clue what was waiting for me. When I came to the first obstacle, I just spammed the double jump button and somehow survived. How the hell did I survive that? I made it through and I was heading to the second obstacle, where I was faced with a decision to make: left, right or centre. I made the decision to go to the centre, which was a mistake as it led us to our first fail. Also, our second fail. As I was failing, James wasn't too happy about people grabbing him. Oh my hell.
Oh my god, I swear to god, these people keep grabbing me.
What do you mean
what
grabbing
annoys me about this game. They're grabbing me.
What do you mean grabbing you?
God.
As you can tell, I have no idea what he's talking about. But the finish line was right there. All I had to do was make it through these last few obstacles. I made it look so hard, but somehow I survived again. I made it to the finish line and I did in fact qualify, which I was pretty happy with.
Yes.
I qualified.
Yes.
Get up there. The next game is called Tail Tag, where some players have tails and some don't, but we have to make sure that we have one before the timer runs out. The game got going and I started with a tail. Not having a clue who has one and who doesn't, I tried to avoid as many players as possible. I was panicking that much that when I found out how long was left, I wasn't happy. Well, how long's left? A minute? You are taking the piss here. This is when we found ourselves getting chased for the first thing, and one thing I know for sure is that I really need to stop double jumping. I finally thought I lost him, and then I couldn't contain my excitement, which quickly turned to panic. Shit! Shit! But I wasn't going to give up that easily, and it quickly turned back to happiness. Yes, I got it back! Now it was time to run and avoid absolutely everybody. And that's when it was truly on. Count down them seconds and don't panic.
Whoa.
I'm scared. 17. What was happiness for me definitely wasn't happiness for James.
Yes! Oh, it got stolen right at the end.
Yes!
No way. This is ridiculous.
So I made it through and James didn't, but I couldn't continue without giving him a cheeky wave goodbye. The next round is called Speed Slider, where you've got to slide down the track and race to the finishing line. Oh, so simple. It was time to go and I didn't get off to the best start, hitting the first obstacle and getting stuck on a hill. So after that terrible start, I finally got up the hill and I thought I got my momentum back until I went straight into another obstacle. And I struggled to get up yet another hill. I just had to hope that everyone else was having a shocker just like me, so then we actually have a chance of making it through. The finish line wasn't far and not many people have qualified, so I'm still in for a chance. But that's when I underestimated the turn and I went flying over the edge. And that fall would cost me, as I was eventually eliminated from the game. That doesn't stop us though, as we move on to the next game, Cylinder Stumble, where we've got to navigate the obstacles and race to the finishing line. And we are off, and we do need a really good start here. And as I come to the first obstacle, I double jump. I really need to stop double jumping. And this is exactly why. If I didn't double jump here, I wouldn't have fell down. Is that mistake gonna be a costly one? The next obstacle was a simple one. Jump on the orange platform, but for some reason I was really struggling to do this, and that is when the panic set in. I can't get it! Fucking hell! I'm gonna be out this round. I can't waste any more time. I need to get onto this platform, and that is what I did. So I finally made it back up, and the good news is that not many players have qualified, but I don't know how many players are in front of me, so I can't make any more mistakes. As I glanced up to see how many players have qualified, I knew that I couldn't make any more mistakes. And that's when I got stuck on this treadmill looking thing, which cost me quite a lot of time. And because of that, I was eliminated from the game. The next game is called the Slime Scraper, where you've got to outrun rising slime and survive through obstacles to reach the finishing line. Since we were eliminated in the last round, we decided to show our moral support to James by spectating him. As we were spectating him, we couldn't help notice how banging these tunes was. That tune though, whoa! What are you saying, mate? And while we were vibing, James was surviving, doing everything he can to make it to the finishing line. He was doing really well, getting through all the obstacles, but unfortunately he got knocked down. He couldn't afford any more mistakes as the slime was right there. But he was trying way too hard to make it through, and he ended up falling down again. And that, unfortunately, led him to being eliminated. When I was back at the main menu, that's when I realised that I was level 2. I am no longer a Fall Guys noob. The next game was called Freezy Peak, where you had to scale the frozen mountain to reach the finishing line at the peak. It's go time and I had the worst start possible, getting punched, getting flipped, getting blown away, getting squashed by a snowball, and finally getting stuck on a ramp for a very, very, very long time. I was finally free and now I need no more mistakes from now on. I was avoiding the flippers, completing the jumps, timing my runs so we didn't get punched, and after all that, I made it to the end, and that's when I started to struggle to get through the gap. And even James was telling me to stop jumping.
Get through there!
I'm trying!
Stop jumping!
And it's a good job that we finally made it through, because there wasn't many spaces left to qualify. And I still continue to hit that double jump button. Why do I do it? Mate, I'm constantly diving, man.
Why?
I don't know, it's just... I don't know. Well, that explains it. I don't know why I do it, but we move on to the next game, Frantic Factory, where we've got to press the little buttons to score points. The game got started and I was hunting down them yellow buttons. And like always, I still continue to press that double jump. And then I got my first point, quickly followed by my second point, third point, and then I missed the button for the fourth point, where James came in and robbed it. I was not happy. Fucking you just robbed mine, you bastard! I did manage to get my fourth point though shortly after. After running around and not seeing any yellow buttons, and more people going through, I finally found one. There's one. You little fuck! I only needed one more point, but there was only 3 spots available. And then this happened. You having a laugh here? There's one! Oh, what the fuck? Oh, any chance here, Lino? Fuck off! What the fuck was that? And there we go. Eliminated. On to the next game then, and it's called Bubble Trouble, where bubbles will appear in different zones around the arena. Jump into them to pop them and score points to win. The game got going, and just like Slime Scraper, we decided to spectate James since we was eliminated. That's if we could actually find him. We found him and decided to point out the bubbles as if he couldn't see them for himself.
Oh.
Well, there's one there. Look at, they're all around you, lad.
I can't get them. They are 60 pieces.
Do you speak any English?
It's not just you. I also have no idea what he's just said. So right now he is on track at qualifying as he has almost got all the bubbles he needs. And only 1 out of 8 players have actually qualified right now, so he has got plenty of time. But for some reason he was struggling and he just couldn't get these last few bubbles. If he carries on like this, then it will soon be squeaky bum time. And that is when I decided it was time to give him some motivation. Go on, one more. There's still time. There's only 3 people qualified. Come on, you need to get one. You need to get one. And then it finally happened. Yeah.
Yes. Fuck it, that was hard.
Tell you what, mate, these tunes.
What about the tunes? Are they doing your head in?
Nah, they're fucking catchy as fuck. And I am indeed a fan of this really catchy music. The next game is called the Hopperdrome, where it is actually the final round of the game. Got to avoid the moving lasers and be the last being standing. And before the game got started, I had a little deal for James.
If you win this, then we'll definitely make another video on this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you win.
So that's the deal for James. Let's just see if he delivers. And if he does manage to fail, then I guess you'll just have to like and subscribe and comment on this video. And I'll even throw in a little deal for all you viewers. If this video gets, I don't know, say 50 likes, then I'll definitely make another video on this. He got off to a good start with a few shaky moments.
Oh!
Unfortunately though, not long after this happened.
Oh! Oh, you're out, mate.
Oh,
See
no.
you later.
So unfortunately, he did not win this time. But I had a lot of fun playing this game, and if it gets around 50 likes, I will definitely play this game again. And on that note, troops, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.